Hello everybody, welcome today from a hot day in Salford. Today's daf is Bava Kamma, daf 71 Omad day. So finishing from the last Omad. Well, the one must say that even though if she is bringing a legal claim against him demanding the payment of the animal that was agreed upon her as a fee, we do not say to him, go and pay her. Nevertheless, since if he does not give it to her, it is considered payment to a prostitute, it cannot be used as an offering. Here too, in the case of the acquisition of the animal through picking a fig, even though with regard to payment, if the purchaser would bring a legal claim before us against the thief, seeking to force him to deliver the animal, we would not say to him, go pay. And even so, since the thief transfers ownership to the purchaser in this manner, it is considered a valid sale, and he is required to pay the fourfold or fivefold payment. The mission teaches, if one stole an animal and slaughtered it on Yom Kippur, he pays the fourfold or fivefold payment. The sages say, questioning this ruling, why is he liable to pay it? Although there's no penalty of execution for slaughtering on Yom Kippur, nevertheless there's a plenty of lashes, and we maintain that one is not sentenced to be flogged and obligated to pay for the same act. So let's see it in the notes. Melchus Ika. As with most other prohibitions that are subject to capital punishment, if one slaughters an animal on Yom Kippur, see Leviticus 16:29, after having been warned about the consequence of his actions, he is punished with lashes. One cannot be sentenced to receive lashes and pay a monetary payment for the same act. Eina loka shalem. One is not sentenced to be flogged and obligated to pay for the same act. One cannot be flogged and have to pay money for a single action. Therefore, if one steals an animal and slaughters it on Yom Kippur, he is exempt from paying the fourfold or fivefold payment, as he is liable to receive lashes for desecrating Yom Kippur. I'm Sefer Nazich and Hilchot Geneva 3:1 and Hilchot Hova Mazik 4:9, Sefer Noshim, Hilchot Nara Betula 1:11, Sefer Zerayim, Hilchot Teruma 6:6, Torah Chosh Mishpat 350. The sages say in response, in accordance with whose opinion is the Mishnah taught. It is taught in accordance with the opinion of Rabbi Meir, who says one is sentenced to be flogged and obligated to pay for the same action. The Gemara asks, if the Mishnah is in accordance with the opinion of Rabbi Meir, then even if he slaughtered the animal on Shabbat, which is a capital offense, he should be obligated to pay the fourfold or fivefold payment, whereas the Mishnah 74b states that in this case he is exempt. And if you would say that Rabbi Meir holds that one is sentenced to be flogged and obligated to pay for the same act, but he does not hold that one is sentenced to the death penalty and is obligated to pay for the same act, this is incorrect. And this is correct to say that Rabbi Meir does not maintain that one can be sentenced to the death penalty and to pay for the same act. But isn't it taught in a Braita, if one stole an animal and slaughtered it on Shabbat, so we see in the footnote, Ganav v'tevach b'Shabbat v'chudu, if one stole an animal and slaughtered it on Shabbat, etc., if one stole an animal and slaughtered it on Shabbat or slaughtered it for idol worship, he does not pay the fourfold or fivefold payment because his act of slaughter or capital offensive. I'm Sefer Nazich and Hilchot Geneva 3:3, Torah Chosh Mishpat 350. Or if he stole an animal and slaughtered it for idol worship, or if he stole an ox that he's sentenced to be stoned, from which it is prohibited to derive any benefit, and he slaughtered it, he pays the fourfold or fivefold payment. This is the statement of Rabbi Meir. And the rabbis exempt him from this payment. Apparently, Rabbi Meir maintains that one can be held liable for monetary payment and for capital payment for the same act. It is slaughtering on Shabbat or slaughtering for idol worship. The sages say in response, stand apart from this Braita, i.e. this Braita should not be understood in a straightforward manner, as it was stated concerning it. Rabbi Yaakov says that Rabbi Yochanan says, and some say it's Rabbi Yirmiyah says that Rabbi Shimon ben Lakish says, and Rabbi Avin and Rabbi Ela and the entire group, Chavu Rosa. This term is used mostly by the sages of Eretz Yisrael and usually corresponds to the term the rabbis, which appears in the Babylonian Talmud in reference to a group of sages located in a particular place. This term apparently has had a more precise meaning in certain contexts, specifically a group of sages who studied on a regular basis in a particular yeshiva, in contrast to others who occasionally attended the sessions of that yeshiva. Of disciples of Rabbi Yochanan who all say in the name of Rabbi Yochanan, this Braita is speaking of a thief who slaughters a stolen animal through the agency of another person. So let's see that nose. But tavoach al yidei acher v'chulu. A thief who slaughters a stolen animal through the agency of another, etc. According to the Torah, the Rambam holds that if a thief appointed an agent to slaughter a stolen animal for him on Shabbat, and the agent did so, then the thief pays the fourfold or fivefold payment. This is because he is not liable to receive the death penalty for this act of slaughter. By contrast, the Rosh maintains that he is exempt, and the grounds that an act of slaughter performed on Shabbat does not render the animal's meat fit to be eaten, in accordance with the opinion of Rabbi Yochanan Hasanda. The Bava notes that although with regard to the halacha of Shabbat, the Rosh does not himself rule in accordance with the opinion of Rabbi Yochanan Hasanda. With regard to monetary matters, he accepts the leading opinion and exempts the thief from payment. On Sefer Nezikin, Geneva 3:6, Torah Choshemikra 350. I.e., he instructed another to slaughter it, and that agent did so on Shabbat or for idolatrous purposes. The thief paid the fourfold or fivefold payment because he himself did not commit a capital offense.